recording. We will be going live in 5, 4, 3, 2. We're live.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. It's currently 8 a.m. like normal. It is 68 degrees outside with a high of 83 today, so enjoy this nice weather. It is a little cloudy. There is overcast predicted for throughout the day, so there's potential chance for showers. The sky could open up, but it doesn't appear like that's to be the case. But it's Oklahoma, so you never know. I mean, a storm could just appear up along and form anywhere in this state, so just be prepared. But for the most part, it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day. Traffic conditions going into Tulsa are currently pretty fair. There's no real issues, no congestion, so if you're commuting into Tulsa, there's no issues for you there. So enjoy your commute into Tulsa. And there's no traffic issues for you today. Now, as far as local events go, there's no real events. I guess the only real local events that we can kind of inform you of is I know that there's a artisan festival, and then you have like that farmers market. It happens like basically every Saturday now. But for us, we will be gone tomorrow. No show tomorrow, and we'll be out doing our guard stuff this weekend, our weekend warrior stuff, and officer candidate school stuff. So we'll be out in the field. We will be away, so don't expect a show tomorrow. Now, with that being said, it's really actually been a pretty slow news week, at least as far as national news goes. I mean, there's a bunch of little minor stories happening everywhere. Within certain states and contexts, you had that super mayor chick who we've talked about before getting investigated by the FBI. There's another mayor in Georgia, a black guy that I guess he has been selling drugs or something like that. So they elect these hood rat mayors and hood rat city council people, and they are just falling short of their oath left and right, selling drugs. And one guy was caught, a council person in somewhere was caught smoking crack in his car, and then he was a couple months later was indicted for soliciting inappropriate conduct from a minor. So a lot of stuff going on in the world of city councils and politics and mayorships. So crazy stuff happening in the world. But the big thing would be the Trump trial. So the trial is basically done, except for the fact that the jury's still deliberating. I'm sure the judge is not happy. The judge, I don't even know. This trial goes against all law. If you're a lawyer arguing in defense of this or in prosecution of this trial, this would be like the easiest softball pitch case you ever had, because the judge basically said you don't have to agree on what the crime is. You just have to agree that there is a crime. So the jury can disagree on what the crime is, but as long as they all say that there was a crime committed, they can convict. That is not how law works. You are supposed to be convicted on several counts or certain counts of very specific crimes. So it's like you're convicted on 2 counts of conspiracy. You're convicted on 1 count of manslaughter. You're convicted on 2 counts of bodily harm. That's how it works. But there is no level here. They just go, you don't have to agree on what the crimes are. You don't have to agree on anything as long as you think a crime is committed. And there can't really be a hung jury. Like, they can convict him if there's a hung jury. So the odds are stacked heavily against Trump. However, it's not a good sign for the jurors that it's taken this long to deliberate. Because if they all just had been like, yeah, he committed a crime, and they could have just all said what crime they thought that he committed, and then they could have come out 2 hours later and be like, all right, we're done. So that means in my opinion, I think that means that there's probably some jurors in there who are going, there's nothing here. And then there's a bunch of people who are butting heads going, no, this is our chance to get him. This is our chance to get him. This is what the judge is hoping for. They want to just lock him away so they can put this on their resume. But it's not going to look good on their resume when a higher court appeals this and goes, this was unconstitutional. But like I said, all they want is the headline that Trump goes to jail. That's what they want. So this is a very odd thing. This is the weaponization of the DOJ against citizens. for misdemeanors, not felonies. Remember, this is a misdemeanor that was said that there was a felony because the judge and the prosecution understand that there was a greater conspiracy, but they won't say what the greater conspiracy is. They just decided to prosecute because they could assume that there's a greater conspiracy.
Yes, that's what most people don't realize is Trump is being charged for misdemeanors right now, and Cohen admitted in court that he committed a felony, and they're letting his felony go to try Trump's misdemeanors.
Yeah.
That's the issue that's happening right now. So, very odd.
This is, yeah, basically a comparison would be, this is like letting a murderer go to convict a person committing
Theft.
loitering.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we let the murder off because we really don't like the guy that was loitering over there by the movie theater.
We let this murderer go because he testified against this guy that stole a bag of potato chips.
Yeah. That's some of you might not think that's a fair comparison, but that's basically what's happening here. So yeah, it's a sad day for America. It's a sad day for the American citizens. Like if you think this can't happen to you, you're crazy. This is them seeing what they can get away with. Donald Trump is their political enemy. The judge is a partisan hack. He does not like Donald Trump. His daughter's making millions of dollars selling Trump merch in the DNC, basically marketing Trump's going to jail and my dad's going to put him there. This is nonsense. This is crazy.
And then to top it off, the press conference that Robert De Niro, that the Biden administration hosted with Robert De Niro out there and
Across the street, yeah.
Yeah, and the two, not the guards, but what are they called? Security at the White House or whatever, the Congress building, that openly lied in court about their testimonies. And that's all that they have on these people. That's everything. Anyway, but that's just about that on that. Until the jury finally gives us a verdict, we're kind of just sitting in limbo.
Yeah. Like I said, again, a very slow news week. Everything is about what's happening here at this trial, and they're still deliberating, or they might have come to a conclusion. They're just coming to court today. They're probably already in court right now.
They're back in session.
Yeah.
They're back in session right now.
So whether or not, within the time we're done with this podcast, they could be done. So who knows? So with that being said, we'll kind of move on to some of the videos that we didn't get to share yesterday and just some interesting clips. So I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and that's kind of where I find a lot of our news feed. And so if you can, Chad, you can pull up that Instagram clip of that girl talk. So again, we talked about the border crisis before, and there are a lot of illegals coming here, and they're being convinced to come here by NGOs or non-profit government organizations or nonprofits, who are saying, "Hey, America needs you. Come on over." And this girl found an image of a pamphlet that says, "Come to America, and when you get to America, vote for Joe Biden." But what's crazy about this is, all the comments. I was watching this video, and all these people who are, we'll just watch the video first, and then we'll kind of discuss the ramifications of this video, because a lot of people are giving this girl a lot of hate.
You got it.
Gosh, they're finally out in the open. Flyers distributed at an NGO in Mexico encourages people headed toward the United States to vote for President Biden. Reminder to vote for President Biden when you're in the United States. We need another 4 years of his term to stay open. And the Biden administration is all like, no, we're not importing thousands upon thousands into our country every single year just so that we can get an electoral advantage. I wonder who they're funded by. Oh, the Soros Open Society Foundation. How shocking. Are you going to vote for a strategy that is literally trying to flood the country with extra votes? Or are you going to vote for the people who want to protect the country from corruption like this? Choice is yours. Oh my gosh, they're finally...
Now, the big concern in this one is everyone's like, illegals can't vote in elections. Now that we've seen this, we want to kind of jump to the next one.
Pull up the James Lindsay tweet.
Yes, the James Lindsay tweet right here, which give me 1 second here.
Basically, the other day there was a vote in Congress, in the U.S. House of Representatives, and the Democrats unanimously voted 100. What is it? The vote count, Chad? It's 192.
Yeah. Let's see here. Another conspiracy theory comes true. Just in, 195 Democrats in the House of Representatives anonymously voted
No,
to
unanimously.
No, it says unanimously voted to allow non-citizens to vote in the U.S. election. 212 Republicans voted unanimously. I can't talk. Unanimously against it. Sorry. And they're saying that this isn't happening. They're saying that,
We're not
don't
trying
have
to
to
give
worry. We're not
illegal
trying to give
immigrants.
illegal immigrants the right to vote.
So that little girl, her video got posted. Everybody, all the lefties in there are going, illegal immigrants aren't allowed to vote. Illegal immigrants aren't allowed to vote. Well, guess what? They're trying to pass this right now in the House of Representatives. The Democrats, every single Democrat voted yes, give illegals the right to vote. Every Republican voted no. The minute that majority is gone, illegals will have the right to vote in this country. Unless a president vetoes it, which if it's Biden, he'll probably pass it. If it's Trump when he gets in, or if he gets in, he'll probably veto it.
And all the comments on that girl's videos like, illegal immigrants can't vote. Illegal immigrants can't vote. Well, according to this, it looks like Democrats are trying to give illegal immigrants the right to vote. So,
And
what are we doing here? What are we talking about?
Yeah, and again, even if they don't get the right to vote, guess what? Illegal immigrants are still counted towards the census. And you get your electoral college votes based on total population, not voter population. So Democrats already are overrepresented in the congressional districts in the House of Representatives because they're breaking up extra seats due to the illegal immigrant population.
Which that's another thing that we don't talk about is, so does that technically mean like people with green cards and college students who are living in the United States, foreign exchange college students, do they count towards our census as well? I would argue they probably do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they live here. They're a part of the population as of right now, which explains why all these cities, get these big numbers and why Democrat generally, more liberal-leaning places get these big vote counts because they're counting everybody and their chicken,
Yeah.
basically, as a voter. We count this person towards our census vote.
Yeah. So this is a problem, and people are pretending like it's not happening, but it is. Again, the comments on that girl's video are proof that they're not paying attention. They're just thinking they're dunking on her in the comment section going, illegals can't vote, you dumb idiot. But guess what? The U.S. Congress, literally yesterday was trying to pass this, where illegal immigrants can vote. Now, as soon as it gets passed in Congress, it has to go to the Senate, get approval there, and then it goes to the president and gets approval there. Joe Biden will pass that if he gets it on his desk. Guarantee it. So,
well, he doesn't know what he's signing or doing half the time anyway.
Exactly. So this is a problem. This should scare you. And I remember I've had conversations with people here in Owasso where they're going, that's dumb. That's not happening. Like, if you don't think this is happening, lift the veil over your eyes. I just showed you that girl had a pamphlet that said, go to the U.S. and vote for Joe Biden. So there could be illegals illegally voting. I said Texas has 300,000 new attempted voter registries a day. You can't tell me 300,000 people are moving to Texas every day that are there legally. You cannot tell me that. It's scary stuff. Like I said, Texas could very well switch to a different color this year if they aren't able to track these attempted 300,000 per day registered voters. Scary stuff. Said they're just trying to destroy this country. They're trying to run it off a cliff. But yeah, it's scary though. Scary. And the fact that so many people are just so, there are people in there accusing that girl of misinformation. Now, without the additional context of that James Lindsay tweet, sure, a lot of people could see that as misinformation, but it's not, especially if I show you that with that James Lindsay tweet in there. This is happening. It's not a joke. Not a joke. But yeah. It's not good, man. It's not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll push on to our next subject, though. Again, moving on into the LGBTQ community stuff. Here's another post I saw yesterday, courtesy of Dinesh D'Souza. And watch this video, and you tell me whether or not you think this is appropriate for, one, children to see, and two, a public parade. And this is the kind of stuff that you see all the time at LGBTQ pride parades. It's the kind of stuff you see all the time.
You want me to go ahead and play it?
Yeah, you play it.
Okay.
That old 40, 50-year-old man with those 14 years underwear, a bunch of kids on a parade.
It's funny, back in the day, parents would be covering their children's eyes and walking around, with their grown adult man with his underwear, trying to show off in front of kids. Now, like, watch, honey, or you're a bigot.
Yeah, watch or you're a bigot, sweetie. Isn't this wonderful?
Such a culture. This is truly culture.
Yeah, this is the culture of pride right here, everybody.
Celebrating. What are we celebrating here exactly? Like, it's not like any of these people have done anything noteworthy of value other than just being gay. What does this have to do? Why do you get a parade? I thought parades were held for celebrations of greatness, heroes, or like celebrating, like, a hometown heroes, teams, whatever. Here, I'm gay.
I'm gonna twerk for
Throw
a
a parade for me
Yeah.
while I walk around half naked in the street.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. It always has been. But they're paraded around as heroes because the vast majority of the U.S. population perceives homosexuality as a sin. It's like, oh no, we lived in fear of being disapproved of in public. That's if that's your greatest fear, go move to Gaza. Go move to Palestine. See what it's like living like a homosexual there. I mean, people are like, "Oh, Christianity, it's so oppressive. It's so regressive." Y'all live here in the U.S. with us, alive. You're allowed to have jobs. You're allowed to work. You're allowed to do whatever you want. It's just Christians don't like that stuff. They don't like to look at it. They don't like to know about it. They think it's degenerate. And that's okay. We're allowed to think that. You're allowed to think that Christians are dumb, and we're allowed to think that you're degenerates. Eh? Am I missing something here? But I guess I'm the bad guy. But yeah, we'll push on to the next one. So I'll try to we're trying to keep it a little lighter today, but we'll go ahead and pull up that other video, that old man interviewing those trans girls or whatever the heck they are.
All right, and let's move this up just a hair.
Or sir, I'm not sure. I didn't misgender you, did I?
Oh, please, go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's not very ladylike.
Oh, now you're fucking misgendering me. Ladylike.
Oh, well, what are you exactly?
None of your fucking business. What are you?
But you said I misgendered you. If I don't know what you are, how can I not misgender you? Or sir, I'm not sure. I didn't misgender you, did
What
I?
a legend. When an old man, like this is what they do. Like, people always perceive old people as out of touch. But this old man just nailed it on the head. It's like, how can I gender you properly if you won't even tell me what you are? How can I properly gender you if you won't even tell me? It was like, it's none of your business. But that's how antagonistic this ideology is. This is the victim culture that we have, the left has cultivated in this society. It's like, as long as I am a victim, I have power. And that's just the way it is. These kids, they don't have any real ideas. They just want to feel special. They want to feel unique. And they want to be able to bash people over the head with their perceived victimhood. But yeah, if you want wisdom, go talk to an older person who's lived a lot of life. I mean, this kind of nonsense doesn't fly in third world countries because they don't have the luxury to think about this crap. I mean, these are the type of ideas that destroy societies. Because there's no point to them. They just want to be mad. They just want to be angry. And they just want to feel righteous indignation. Again, I've talked about this a million times. This is the God gap. They don't have God in their life, so they are filling that hole in their heart with this progressive, trans, LGBT, whatever ideology you put in there. That's what they're filling it with. They're filling that God gap with this. But yeah, that video right there, peak. What a great way for an old man to get a zinger in on people. Oh, we forgot the Tulsi Gabbard one. It was the Tulsi Gabbard one that we missed after the...
I still got it pulled up if
Yeah,
you want to
go
do
ahead
it.
and pull up the Tulsi Gabbard one. So actually, we did this out of order. I meant to do the Tulsi Gabbard one after the James Lindsay tweet, so we'll kind of backtrack a little bit. So I apologize for kind of going off subject and then going back towards what we were originally talking about here, which was the Senate. So we're just going to play this Tulsi Gabbard video talking about Constitution Day in Congress and how it's not taken seriously by the left or the Democrats.
All right.
I think it's on Constitution Day. There is a reading of the Constitution on the House floor from start to finish. Those members of Congress who choose to go and participate in it go and read a section, people taking turns until you go through the whole thing. The first year that I found out about this, I volunteered and I wanted to go down and be a part of it. And I don't remember who told me this, but someone told me, because there were not very many members of Congress participating at all. And I questioned someone about why that was. The answer that I got was, well, a lot of Democrats see this as just a right-wing conservative thing. To go to the House floor and read the Constitution, that, as you said, every one of us, as members of Congress, obviously those of us who wear the uniform, same thing, raise our right hand and swear to uphold. And that was very disturbing. When you look at the results and you look at the fruits that tree is bearing, you get it. In Congress, I think it's on.
So there you go, right there, folks. If you want to understand why the Democrats are driving this country off of a cliff, this is why. They think that something as simple as going... I can understand, here's the steel man of the army. They're busy doing other things, maybe writing policy or trying to help pass a bill, that they're too busy to go on and do Constitution Day. But as Tulsi Gabbard said herself, the Democrats view this as a dumb conservative thing. If you don't care about the history of our country, if you don't care about the doctrine our country is based off of, the Constitution, then you're willing to do whatever you can to make money, to throw people under the bus, to allow illegal immigrants the right to vote. So you can see why one party is just holding the line and the other party is trying to drive this bus off a cliff. They don't care about the Constitution. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the fame. They're just there to milk their time in the spotlight. That's really, really sad that only one political party comes to that. And again, apparently not a lot of conservatives or Republicans go to it either. It's just viewed as old-fashioned, kind of silly. But the Constitution is the founding document. It's of our country.
I also forget what it was. I need to try to find the video again. But I saw a video a while back of apparently there is a Constitution or Amendment Museum kind of thing in Washington. And they leave out the Second and Third Amendment at this museum.
Yeah.
It goes from first to fourth for whatever reason.
How shocking. But yeah, it's a terrifying fact of reality that remember, Tulsi Gabbard's a Democrat. And she left her own party because the Democratic Party does not represent her ideals. She is a military officer in the National Guard in Hawaii. She loves this country. Now, me and her probably have very different ideas of what it means to love this country and what policies need to be passed in order to make this country a better place. But she's coming from the same position that I am, that we both love this country and want it to be a better place. And the fact that one complete political party just thinks that Constitution Day is a complete waste of time speaks volumes about the character and the corruption that has seeded its way into the Democratic Party. So, yeah, that's about all I've got to say about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but God bless Tulsi Gabbard. You know, glad that she's still working in the political field. I think she's a great representative of Hawaii, and I think she is I don't know what her military prowess is, but you know, I'm proud to have her as a service member and you know, as a superior officer. She's someone I'd be happy to follow in to combat. So she's a good lady, and she's not a hawk. You know, she's not a pro-war person. She is an anti-war person. She does not want us to go into unnecessary conflicts, and I can appreciate that because as a service member, I don't want to unnecessarily put my life on the line, but I volunteered to do a dangerous job, to go out to war if my country orders me to do so. But that also means that I'm going to be it better be a darn good reason we're going to enter into a conflict, period. So
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So we'll try to end it on a little higher note, a little funny note, a culture note. So for those of you who are not gamers, me and Chad here are huge gamers. We love video games. So there's a game. It's probably one of the most popular games that was ever released in history. It's called Skyrim. And there is like a complete huge culture of memers, and the Vine used to be really popular for it. Shorts is a popular place for it now, and TikTok's popular for it as well. But there is a culture of Skyrim memes and Skyrim video shorts, and they are all fantastic. If you ever played the game, these little shorts make perfect sense to you, and they're just hilarious. So we'll just kind of show you this. For those of you who know what Skyrim is, enjoy this video. For those of you who don't, you'll still find it funny, but you also think it's just, you won't understand the context behind it, but it's still funny regardless. Is someone there? Must have been the wind. But yeah, so basically if you pay as an assassin or a thief, or you can in Skyrim you can level up, and you can level up your stealth on a skill tree. And when you get your stealth so high, basically you can stand in plain sight and just crouch down, and you'll be invisible to all of your opponents. It's definitely what would you call it? A glitch in the game, like
where you get shot with an arrow, but I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go back to just patrolling or whatever.
But that is exactly what it is. Like, you'll accidentally shoot somebody, miss, or you'll hit them, but they won't die, and it'll just be like, who's there? You shouldn't have come here. And then all of a sudden you'll just crouch down, and it's like, must have been the wind.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is gold. I saw that meme the other day, and I was dying laughing at it. So good stuff. But that's about all we've got for you today. We love keeping you guys informed. We love doing this podcast. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your family. Share it with your friends. Share it with all the people of Owasso and all the local and neighboring cities and towns, because we want to keep you guys informed. That's why we do this. We do this to build a community, make everyone better informed. So that's about all we've got for you today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was The Morning Loop. We are signing off. God bless y'all, everyone.
See you later, everybody.